Thursday night football, the Baltimore Ravens head to Miami to face the Dolphins. Dolphins 7.5-point home dogs. Over-under set at 51.5. Whoo, buddy. Baltimore has Lamar Jackson back. Miami blew the brakes off of the Falcons in Atlanta. Surprise that I did not see coming. I don't think any of us saw that coming. I don't think anybody in the world saw that coming. So do we think that the Miami Dolphins can cover the over the touchdown spread? Or as Baltimore, that's like still favored to win the AFC North, can Lamar Jackson just come in and blow them out in this first game back? Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, so before I get into this game, I just have to make mention. NFL favorites this past week went 11-2. Second straight week, the favorites have absolutely dominated and covered. I believe this 11-2 run, I want to say percentage-wise, was the highest percentage that favorites have covered since 1985. So was an absolute just domination from the favorites. It makes this week for me pretty simple to cap these games. You either make a case for the favorite or you take the dog. Because it's going to shake up and come back closer to the mean here. And if you can't really make a strong case for the favorite, I think it's dog or pass at that point. So, as far as handicapping the week, I felt like it was a pretty easy one. And then, what else was I going to say? It'll probably come back to me. I'll get into this game first. If I think of it, I'll bring it back up. But in this case, I can make a push for the favorite here. I'm going to lean with Baltimore minus the 7.5, but it's not a game I love, not a game I'm going to bet. But ultimately, it's just the Dolphins obviously looked really good last week, putting up the 34 points against Atlanta in that blowout that you mentioned, Ben, was, we didn't really expect that.
No.
But I just don't necessarily love this spot here for Miami. I know they're the home team. Usually you look to play the home team on the short week, Thursday Night Football. But they don't have to leave and play a road game until December 7th. So they're home against Baltimore, home against Buffalo, home against Washington, have a bye week, home against New Orleans, and then they go on the road to play the Jets. So I just don't necessarily love that they're kind of settling in here. I don't want to play them on that first game. And then on the flip side, you have Baltimore, who is starting a road series at Miami, at Minnesota, at Cleveland. Obviously, we know where Baltimore is in their season. These feel like 3 must-win games for them. Got to get off on the right foot with this road win here against Miami. Obviously, Lamar back, looked better last weekend with some of their other guys back defensively. I think it's just a huge game. I mean, it's not a must-win game, but it's pretty damn close for Baltimore here. I lean with the Ravens, minus 7.5. Hard not to look at the over, although I think that's going to be the really public play. You might want to see if you can take adjusted under. Once the public pushes that line, maybe a couple more points right before kickoff, you might be able to get like a 52.5. I'd maybe look at the under. But, yeah, for the graphic, give me the Ravens. Not a game I'm in love with.
Yeah, I'll start this week by saying I don't feel great about this week at all. Granted, I didn't feel great about last week either, and it turned out to be a pretty good week. So maybe me feeling terrible is a good omen. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little square here. I'm gonna take Baltimore as well. I honestly think Baltimore, and I think again pretty square. I really think they're gonna win like 5-6 games in a row here with Lamar back. I mean, we have them, high to win their division. There's still odds on favorite in that one. Their still odds are decent to make it to playoffs. Super Bowl odds aren't terrible. Lamar back, I think it's going to be a really good couple weeks here for Baltimore. And Ethan mentioned a couple games, but yeah, just these next couple games for Baltimore. They have the Dolphins ass, Vikings ass, Browns ass, Jets ass, Bengals ass, Steelers mediocre but ass, Bengals ass, Patriots okay, Packers okay, Steelers again ass. So this team could really win like 7-8 more games this season, and I really think it all starts with a really good streak here. So I have the Ravens winning. The 7.5 is tough, but I know maybe people want to jump. I don't really know who's jumping on Miami. I really wish they didn't just destroy them last week, but I think you're still getting a pretty good price with Lamar back. I think Baltimore wins this one pretty easily.
I mean, we had so much agreement last week. There's no way that can carry over this week. Yeah, give me the Ravens. Absolutely. I'm with you guys here also. It feels too Ricky, shout out Ricky, to take the Miami Dolphins here, right? They just blew out the Falcons, who've been way better than the Ravens this year. Now they're home. Lamar's first game back. He's going to be rusty. Yeah, I'm with you guys here. Give me the Ravens, and it's 7.5. I don't think you're going to be sweating this one, honestly, at the 7.5. I think this is one where they could blow them out 40-13, 40-12.
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to be particularly close. So I'm with you guys. Give me Baltimore, round of Baltimore to close out Thursday night.
I did remember my second thought that I wanted to make just on the previous week. But so typically, when favorites and overs, I think overs went 10-3, favorites 11-2. Typically, that would make you think, oh, public just made out so well, books got crushed. I don't think that's really the fact there because, if you look back, the Bears were a public underdog against the Ravens. Panthers were fairly public against Buffalo. The Niners were very, very public against the Texans. I think the Giants had a little public love. The Saints were really public and sharp against the Bucs. Cincinnati was, I think, as far as dogs go.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yep. The Steelers were extremely public as well. So I think that also plays into playing dogs this week because the public's going to be like, well, shoot, that's what it's like playing dogs. We just got our asses kicked.
Right.
And they're all going to go back to the favorites this week. So, I think last week and just going forward to next year when we see that, public starting to like the dogs, that's going to be our reminder. Okay, this is probably going to be a favorites and over week. And then we'll see how this week goes, but I do think it's going to be unders and dogs.
That's a great point. And I want to just touch on that real quick too, Ethan. That's one of the things that we wouldn't have said that year one, starting week 11. We didn't really say that week 2. We're in 2 weeks, week 11, I believe, is when we started the first time. This is 4 years in, breaking down every single game. I think you start getting that insight, and that fact that you're picking up on that, hey, that might just be absolutely something we got to use next year.
Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry Rice, touchdowns galore. Week after week, always asking for more. Bling on the wrist, got the books on the floor. Listen in, cash out, page just swelling. Plays on the field, see me winning, never dwelling. Flag on Vegas, they know what I'm selling. NFL bets, keep the cheesy compelling. Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry.